What's happening, Hardscapers? Today I want to talk about designs, getting from 2D designs over to 3D designs, my journey with this and transferring to 3D designs, presenting those to my clients. Let's get into this. So if you follow my channel, you would know that I started my business first as a lift and relay business. Essentially, I would go in, identify an area or a whole project that would need to be lifted, re-leveled, and relayed. This allowed me to go into a business, starting my own business with very low overhead and grow that way because I didn't have the money to really invest into build from scratch a design build business, and I thought it was the easiest way and the way that I could help my market the most, where I could squeeze in a niche and really help the contractors around me as well. Having started from a dealer and then moving towards starting my own business, I wanted to fit in where I thought was the best. Fast forward 2 years after that, and I was totally sick and burnt out of lift and relays. I wanted to incorporate more of my creativity into every project that I wanted to get into. And that's where I started to get leads that wanted a space designed, a very small space usually, and that led me to drawing out these 2D designs by hand to present to clients. And that isn't always the best way to go about it, but it's a good starting point for you if you are starting your business and wanting to get into these design build spaces. It isn't for every project because a client that's going to be willing to invest into their backyard multiple tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands will definitely need a 3D professional design to be able to be presented with so that they can envision the space unless they absolutely 100% trust you. These 2D designs are more so for the client that has, say, $10,000 to $50,000 to spend in a space and is okay with your vision and trusts you, and you are just kind of showing them an overhead view of what that project might look like. Now, I was just cleaning out some paperwork and I just stumbled across these, and I thought it would be a good video to kind of go through these and my transition into building 3D designs for my clients and how I went about doing that with no 3D design knowledge, not knowing what software to get into, and everything involved with that. So as you can see, my 2D designs were not too detailed. It gave an overview of the measurements, and it was kind of more of a scribble of what this would look like. I did not get this project. Would a 3D design have helped me get the project? Maybe. The customer was still kind of on the fence, and I still wasn't kind of going through what it means to pre-qualify clients to go out to meet them. This was a word of mouth referral, and it did get put on the back burner for now. This was a very simple front walkway that I did a few years ago. I'll show that project up on the screen, but this is very basic, but at least it gave the clients something to go off of. About less than a $10,000 project. So really, do they need a 3D design? They would have to pay for a 3D design if they really wanted it. This gets the point across, and I always bring out samples to the clients so that they can see it. This one is another memory of not pre-qualifying clients properly, wasting my time and going through all of this and giving them a quote based on this 2D design. They did not go ahead with that one. This was kind of my first foray into design build and wanting to get more creative. This was essentially a two-phase project. We did not obviously do the pool. I do not do pool installs, but this was the initial phase with some walkways and a landing with some steps that they went ahead with, and I'll show you that there. But the pool just gave them an option to go off of in the future if they went ahead with a pool going off of this walkway in the future. Again, not the most detailed, but it gets the point across for them, and we did that project. And then we got other 2D designs that I don't really quite recall. I believe we did this one, but it doesn't really jog my memory too well. Just a small space. And again, starting to get a little bit more detailed with these designs. We did not get this one at all either. But these 2D designs just go to show you how you can transfer from that and providing value to clients in a particular price range that they are looking to have done in their backyards, front yards, whatever the project might be. And then you can move towards 3D designs, and you can cater to a clientele that wants that visual prior to going ahead and installing for them, and the value that that provides. When I started doing 3D designs, I didn't know where to start, and it can be overwhelming seeing these ultra realistic 3D designs on Instagram or wherever, but I found a good starting point is Real-Time Landscape Architect to get started in doing these. You can throw one together really quickly, and it doesn't provide unrealistic expectations for the client. It still leaves quite a bit open to the imagination, and yet you can still provide that client with a 3D visual of what that project is going to look like for them and in their eyes. It's also got night mode, so if you want to get into landscape lighting, you can turn the lights off or to set it to a certain time of evenings to see those lights installed. It is very easy to get started with as a beginner, and you can get more and more complex with the designs as you progress through it. Not to say that it's the end all be all when it comes to designs, but it's a great starting point for you in your 3D design journey. I've tried to learn as much as I can as possible on this design software, and even I don't try to put in as much as I can to every single design. I do very basic designs that gets the point across to the client. When I first started doing 3D designs, what I would do was I would do them for free as long as I knew that that client was progressing forward and getting a signed contract from them. I wasn't interested in doing 3D designs for anybody. I very specifically chose the clients that I knew were going ahead with me. And in that sense, I was essentially doing the design built into the quote so that I could actually have a visual for myself and for my crew on site to know what the project is going to look like at the end point. So it provides value to my client as well as me myself. That was 2 years ago when I started to get more into this design build space and started to get more into 3D designs. As you can see, my designs are nothing amazing, blowing away special, but it does get the point across to what I want to do for that client. Fast forward to today, we are much more picky with the clients that we take on with our 3D designs, and we do require clients to pay for our designs. Going forward in my business, I took a stepping stone approach to this. I did not start out right away charging for my designs. I did not think when I first started with these 3D designs that they were worth charging for, as I was still trying to learn the design software. But my time is still valuable, so I would still include it almost as an overhead expense into my budget for the time that I spent in the whole season for this, so that I could still include it into my project quotes. Still, as I gain more and more experience with these designs and with this design software, I felt more and more comfortable to charge for them for my clients, and that's where I am today. You can find a way to do it that fits you, yourself, your personality, and your business in your 3D designs. But I do recommend, if you haven't started doing 3D designs, pick it up, start playing around with it, and get excited about doing these for your clients and provide your clients with this value and you yourself on site, so that you yourself have a visual of what the project's going to look like and the measurements, and to scale what that project is going to be. Like I said, nothing special with my designs. I do come from a background of working for a dealer and understanding the basics of paver design, but I still try to keep it very traditional with my designs so that they are more so timeless, rather than trying to get too intricate with these designs that could come out of style. And hey, if you want to learn more about hardscaping, we have a members only platform for how to hardscape members. That's members.howtohardscape.com. Link is in the description below. Check out all the courses that we have available and the courses that we have coming as well. And definitely check out the How to Hardscape podcast for free hardscaping content, interviewing business owners, industry experts, and so much more. That's my thoughts, my comments on 3D designs. Let me know your thoughts, your comments in the comment section below. Like this video if you found it helpful for whatever reason, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more hardscaping content. Thank you so much for watching.